Hello everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I'm so glad that you did. Um, I'm coming on today. I hope you're all having a great Christmas week. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I feel like I haven't videoed in a month, but I know I have. I made a little ephemera holder for some ephemera I needed to place someplace, and I wanted it to be all together. So I'm going to show you how I made this, but first I'll show you what I put in it. This is an idea I got from Sharon Hearth, and it is the cutest ephemera holder. It is a perfect item for your journal because it lays nice and flat, and it's very easy to make, and you can stuff it full of ephemera and send it as a happy mail as well. So this is what I put in mine. I did attach some beads because this thread that I use, it's a tatting thread. It's a very old cotton thread, but it's got some silver in it, and it's actually wound around the white part. So I did put some beads on it to stop the fraying, but you don't have to. So I'm going to untie it, and then I'll show you how to make it. It's very simple. So I'm just going to unwind it, and I'll show you how everything gets unwound and wound. It's very simple. I've made these before, but for anybody that's new, you might want to try it. And if you haven't seen Sharon's, I'll leave that link in the description box below. Sharon Hearth, if I didn't say that already. And what I put in mine is I needed some place to put things that a woman, my journal is about, it's the Christmas ball. And, you know, at the beginning of the journal, they're getting ready for, oh, I still have some ephemera in there I have to finish. At the beginning of the journal, if you haven't seen it, they're getting ready, you know, in the town, they're getting ready for all the festivities and what have you. And then the second signature is actually, you know, the ball, which is, where is it? Someplace. So she's ready. She's all set to go. And then you open this next signature, and it says the Christmas ball. So a lady would need some items to get ready for the Christmas ball. She might need, let me see here, let me hold this here, because that's what holds the ephemera in. So a lady might need some buttons for her dresses and her children's dresses. So what I did was I took one of the button cards from the Cornelia Haberdashery kit. And I'll leave all this information below. I won't be making the ephemera on camera, just the holder. And I put them in a baseball card holder to make it kind of like a shaker card. But I did sew that button on, and I left the thread, the embroidery floss with the needle in the card. And then on the back, I just left it plain. So, you know, for writing. And these come out, you know, they can come out of the baseball card holder. I won't take them out. And these won't fall out because they're in there really, really tight. And then for this one, I found this little perfume bottle, so I cut that out, fussy cut it out. I didn't glue it on. And then I strung some little faux beads, faux pearl beads, and put some rhinestones in there. And these are both, I don't know what kit this is from, but I'll let you know. And then on the back, some roses, and I put some of my rose petals in there. So those are some things that she might need, you know, for her children's clothing, or, you know, things that she might need, or perfume and her jewelry. And so they slide right in here. It doesn't matter which way they go. They go right behind the string. And then a lady, oh, over here I have some more button cards. Now these buttons already were on the cards. I just used some Nuvo drops to make them look more three-dimensional, if you will. And I did ink up the card. I folded it, you know, where I saw the folds, and then I inked it up. And then the same thing with this one. And I used the Nuvo drops to make them look more real, if you will. And the same thing with the cards. I wanted them to give them like an aged, you know, look, like they've been here for a long time. So I don't know if it's showing up in the camera, but those buttons are gorgeous. I'd love to own those, but I don't. So they just slide in here, like so, behind this string. And I'll pull that a little bit. Doesn't matter which side, I don't think. I'll pull this a little bit this way. And then in the middle, she would probably need some laces and some fabrics. And these come from the Cornelia kit as well. And on here, I just put some satin. This is like a green color. There's some blue velvet. This is some more blue satin, navy blue satin. And I don't have any navy blue velvet. I wish I did. This is just like my cover, but it's the opposite side. I use this side, which is the back side, and that's the front side. But I did put that on there. And this is some, like a maroon satin, and this is gorgeous. This is a, this is like a cream satin. And then I'll show you this kit that it comes with. And on the back, I just put, you know, some fabric sampler tags to go with the ones that I didn't attach to the fabric samples. I stapled this and then glued it onto this, if you will. So they do lift up like this, you know. So, and then for the lace one, this is, you know, I'll show you how it comes. Did I print that? I don't think I did print the card itself. Maybe I did. Hold on. I hope I did. Yeah, I did. So anyway, these are so simple to put together, but these are the laces I chose. This was a lace, and I just put some maroon velvet through. You know, it's an insertion lace, so I put some maroon there. And then here's some antique lace, some vintage lace, and some more antique lace. And then I just stapled this onto this part of the lace. And then on the back, I used these pieces to attach those. And I did the same thing. I folded it all up and aged it to make it look more of the error that I'm going for. And then they just tuck right back. I like the lace on the top. I don't know why. I love lace. So they go right in here. So these are the things that a lady might need to get ready for the Christmas festivities. And I wanted them to be all together in the journal. I didn't want them to be, you know, separated into pockets and things like that. So that's why I did it this way. Then you just pull these strings and it holds everything in tight. Like this. You pull these strings like this and everything is in there tight. You fold this over here and pull this string back this way and back this way. And then you wrap this around however many times you're going to wrap it. I'll wrap it twice. And then I'm going to wrap this one. And you can wrap it 2, 3 times. It doesn't matter. And then I'll wrap this twice this way, and I'll show you when I make it. And then you're going to take your 2 pieces here and you're just going to tie a bow. I have to straighten out this because one length is shorter than the other, but I just have to pull it through to make it more even. And then you just tie a bow. And you've got yourself a really nice ephemera holder. And it's so simple to make. It really is. and that's it. And then I put a little snowflake and button here. Now I sewed the button first and then glued it because I didn't want, you know, to have to go through this cardstock. This is cardstock. And this is just a spare piece of paper I had that I put on the edges. And then this was an image I had left over. This is not texture paste, it's actually in the image. And all of this is Raindrop Lila, and I'll leave everything that I use in the description box below. Okay, so for this one, I figured I'd make another one because I can always use them. Let me move everything over a little bit so that you can see good. Make sure I'm in frame. For this one, this is going to be a little bit shorter. And I did that because now this is 10 inches. The other one is 10.5 inches, but I want it to fit good in my journal because I'm making the tall skinny. I need it, when I fold it, I need it to be able to fit, you know, either inside the pocket, or if I make a pocket here, you know, wherever I make a pocket, I want it to fit. So let me put that aside. So all you're going to do, and this is the backing of this one. And I don't know what I'm going to use it for my ephemera yet. And you can ink the edges if you want. I'm almost out of my gold ink, and that's what I use. So I've been doing this, just kind of running it along the edges so that they're inked. I did order some more, but it hasn't come yet. Don't know why. Probably because everybody's returning everything from Christmas, you know. But it's not real gold. Like, it doesn't show up gold, really. It shows up more of like this yellow that's already in the paper. I love this paper. Is this from the same collection? No, it's two different collections. So I'm just kind of rubbing it on there, because even with my brush, it won't come off. It's really pretty much done. But where I did cut it, I don't want any white showing there. And I'll just kind of go along this edge a little bit to ink it, like my new inking style. Okay, that's good enough. So now what I'm going to do is, I have some pieces here. Now I have to decide which ones I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use these. These are 2.5 inches wide, and that's what you need if you want to put this edge on. You can use washi tape. You can use washi tape. You can use anything to put on the edge. You don't even have to put anything on the edge. But let me just bring this up a little bit. I don't know why that one's so long. It's the wrong one. It doesn't really matter. There we go. I'm gonna have to fix those strings so that the little beads are even. And I did use little glass beads. I didn't want to bulk it up too much, so I only used 2 on each string. But they are pretty. Okay, so I'm going to use these for my edges. But before I do that, I want to fold this. So what I'm going to do is, this is 10 inches. I'm going to fold it in 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll go 4.5. No, I think I'm going to go even more than that. I'm going to go, I'll tell you in a minute. Did I cut this straight? I'll go a little bit more. So it's 10, I'm going to 6. So that's 4 inches. Okay. Now this one I'm going to fold over, but I'm going to make sure I don't go along that edge all the way. So I'm just going to fold it over that much, and I'll show you when I open it. Okay, so I only went to here. So I left about a 1/2 inch when I folded this over. And you can go over as wide as you want or as narrow as you want. You can use 8.5 by 11. This is upside down. You can go, 8.5 by 11, however you want. So now for my edge, I was going to use this, but then I decided, because I had a scrap of it, and I had a scrap of this, but I think that's too busy. But I love this plaid, and I think that that really looks very festive, and I love it on the inside as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is 2.5 inches. Yeah, it's 2.5 inches. So now what I'm going to do is make sure it's even on this line. I'm going to follow my little dots here, right? Make sure everything's straight. I'm going to follow my little dots here and fold it over about 1/4 inch. Okay, making sure everything's straight, because this is going to go over each side. And it does keep it a little bit stronger. I might use them, I might not. It depends on what it looks like. So again, I'm using my little dots on my little mat here to keep everything straight, because if you follow me, you know I can't cut straight or fold straight. So then you just do that. Make sure everything is straight. And then you're going to have a little fold in the middle, so that when you do fold it over your page, it's like a finished edge. And like I said, you could use washi tape, you could use anything or nothing at all. I've done it both ways, all 3 ways, and I've actually used fabric as well. I do like that. I think it's a good contrast. And I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I do like it. So now all I'm going to do is take my glue, and I'm going to put this inside here. Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to stay down. So I'm just going to put some glue here. You probably should glue those together. I did with my other one. That piece there. But these 2 pieces, you probably should glue down first. But I started hurrying. I'm always afraid I'm going to take too long. So there's that. Now I'm going to make sure that, see that little kind of fold there? I'm going to make sure that that goes right up against there, so it's nice and straight on both sides. I'm pushing it so it's, nice and straight. And I'll just trim that off. Now I'll do it the correct way. There. So while that's drying, I'll fold this. Just let me have a sip of water, please. Sorry for my croaky voice. Thank you. Again, I'm going to fold this up about 1/4 inch, but I'm using my little dots there on my mat. It's easier for me to get a nice straight fold, if you will. And then the same here. Just going to move that up and fold it. Make sure that line is straight up there. And I'll leave the link to Sharon's in the link description below, because she's done it a couple of different ways. She did it with some velvet ribbon, And I've done it with velvet ribbon before too. It looks beautiful. So I'll leave that link to that video in the description box below, because I have it saved. This is probably one of my most favorite ephemera holders, because you can get so much in it. And you could add pockets if you wanted to. And I added an image on the back, which you don't have to, but you know, you can certainly do that if you want to. I had this image from one of my layouts that I didn't use, so I put that there. And this is not texture paste, this is actually on the image. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love this. And again, this is all Raindrop Lilar, and I'll leave all the links to what I use in this in the description box below. And I'll also show you the Haberdashery kit and how easy that is to do. So easy. She's made it very, very easy for you to do that, for what I did. Your hardest part is deciding which laces and pieces of fabric you're going to use. So now, see, so I glued those two down so it'll make it easier for me to put this on. And I think I'll go, let's see. Yeah, I'll go this way. Perfect. I really like the contrast in that. And I did use cardstock for this. If you don't use cardstock, you can use 2 different pieces of paper and just glue them together. Make sure they're nice and dry before you do your folding. So you know, you don't have to use cardstock. You can use just regular, you know, I use 28-pound HP presentation paper, but you don't have to. Whatever paper you use for your printing of your digitals is fine. I guess they're both the same. Hooray. So just make sure you push that down real good so you know that it's going to be level on both, you know, going to be even on both sides. And then I'll just trim those edges off. Just like I said, this was just a scrap, so that's why I decided on this. I have a bunch of scraps now, which is good. I needed them. But not too many. I won't have a lot to throw away or to hold on to, which is nice. I've really planned it out much better than I typically do. So I'm just going to cut this so that it's level with that. Cut this so it is level with this. And you can use glue stick. I just use Fabri-Tac because it dries faster. And I'm going to save these 2 pieces because I might be able to use them. So now you've got the front of your ephemera holder and the inside. I have to keep remembering, goes this way. Okay. So, because the inside does have a direction, sort of. I guess it could go either way, but I'm going to have it go this way. Okay, so, well, now I can't have it go that way. It has to go this way, which is fine, because it really doesn't have a direction. It's so faint that it really doesn't have a direction. It can go either way, because these are going up, these are coming down, and it's very faint. Okay. So the shorter side is going to be on your left, and the wider side will be on your right. Then what you want to do is take your pencil, measure this, which is, let's see, this is 8.5 inches. So I'm going to go about, with my pencil, let's see, I'll do it up here so you can see me. Okay, so it's 8.5 inches, so I'm going to go about 1, 2, 3, 4.5 here. So I want to make a circle here, a circle here, a circle here, okay? And then I'm going to open it up, and same thing on the 4.5, circle here. So I know where I'm punching it, okay? So I have a circle here, circle here, circle here, circle here. Now I'm going to fold it here. I'm going to get my crocodile. I'm using my smallest hole because I'm using string. But you could use ribbon or anything. Now where's my mark? There it is. So I'm going to fold this because I want the hole to be the same on both sides. I'll move this up a little bit. I'll move it up a little bit more. So I have it the same on both sides. So I have one there, okay? Now I'm going to go over to this side, find my pencil mark, and just make sure this is folded. There's my pencil mark, and I know that it's going to be the same because I moved my little, I moved this, so I know it's going to be the same. And then I'm going to do the same here, where my pencil mark is. There it is. There's that one. And there is this one. So now I have 6 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm just going to take my string. I'm not going to take it off here yet because I want to make sure I have enough to go around. I'm going to go through the back of here. Let me just trim this off a little bit because it's starting to fray, and that will make me crazy. You could always dip it in a little bit of wax and it will stop the fraying. So I'm going to do that. Just dip it like that in a little bit of wax. Let it dry for a minute and it will stop the fraying. It's dry. So in through here, and then out through here. And I'm not going to put an image on the back of this yet because I don't know what I'm going to put. And then in through here. And it's always good to dip it in some wax or something because then you wouldn't even have to put any beads or anything on it. It doesn't fray if you're using this kind of string. And this is pretty vintage string. I don't have any gold, but silver and gold goes well together for Christmas, obviously. Through here. So you're just weaving it in and out of those holes, starting at the back. Well, I start at the back. I don't remember if Sharon did. So now I'm going to get a lot more string. I'm not going to cut it yet because I want to make sure I can get around, go around a couple of times. The other one I wished I had gone around 3 times, but I didn't. So I'm just going to pull this. I might have really pulled too much, but that's okay. I'm just going to pull this, and then I'm going to fold it to see how much I have. So when I fold it, so you'll put your ephemera in, like, we'll pretend that this is, you know, this is a piece of ephemera. Oh, I just had an idea with this. So we'll pretend that this is ephemera here, okay? And this is a little piece of lace. I'll just put this over here. See, this part that comes with the kit, and I'll show you that in a moment. I just stapled it onto this little piece of square that I had cut off. So I'll put that there. I'll actually put this little string underneath there. That kind of looks cute. You don't have to, but so we'll pretend that's ephemera as well. And then you can put another piece of ephemera over here, which we'll pretend this is. Okay. And now I'm going to take it and make sure I have enough over here to wrap, which I do. I'm going to pull it, and everything is going to stay in place. See? And then you just take it, you fold it over this way and bring your string this way, fold it this way, bring your string this way. So you've got your strings going, your bottom strings going this way. You're going to wrap it. 1, I'm going to wrap it 3 times. 2 and 3. And then my front one, I'm going to wrap 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to, then I can cut it, dip it in a little bit of wax because it will fray right away. And I'm just going to tie it. Oops. So what I do is I go around it twice, so I don't need 2 thumbs to hold it. So there's 1 and 2. So I taught my children how to tie their shoes so I didn't have to hold it for them. So I went around that twice instead of just once, and that way it holds. Okay? And tie my bow. And then you can bead it if you want, or not, or buttons. You can decorate it. Decorate it, and you've got yourself a really sweet ephemera holder. And I'm not going to decorate mine yet because I don't know what I'll use it for, but I'll use it for sure. So those are my little ephemera holders, and these are what I use to make. So you get a whole bunch of different sheets of things to use for your, this one says lace. There's also one that says textiles and fabric. And then you get a whole bunch of these where you just cut it out, fold it in half, and you know, you've got your lace. You know, you can staple it and put your lace in the middle. This, what I did was I cut this out and then I folded it all along the folds, and then I inked it because you can see that there are folds in this. This is kind of probably an antique lace sampler. Okay, so you just cut it all out like this, and then you cut these little ones out to put on it. And then what I did was I folded it all up. Don't get everything all put up. folded it all up. And after I folded it, well, you can't really tell on this one, but this one you probably can. See how I aged, you know, all the folds, where the folds were? I just, you know, took my ink and inked around it. Same thing with the lace one. I inked where all the folds were. You don't have to, but I just thought it gave it a nice look. I might put some of these underneath, you know, just because you can. There's so many. Look it. So I may glue some of those underneath the pieces of lace. Or maybe just leave it for writing. I don't know. Isn't that pretty? And so perfect for Christmas. Or for any occasion, really. And like these, I folded over, stapled, and then glued them. Because I didn't want the staples to come through to the other side. Because I already had the 2 staples here to hold, you know, all these laces in. And then I just thought that would look cute. I might do another one on there. And I might do another one on here. You know, one of these little ones. I think that would look cute. Make it look a little bit more, you know, maybe I'll put one over here, maybe one up here, and maybe one like on the side here. So, and you get much, you know, as many as you want. And like I said, this one is lace, it has fabric and also textiles. And after you get it all done, all cut out, all you do is fold it in half and glue it together. And then fold this over and staple. It's so simple. So simple. It's my most favorite fabric or textile or lace sampler cards. They're so simple to make. See, like, that's how it goes. So you just, you know, ink it up if you want, and then you fold this over, glue it, fold this down, and staple it. These are all glued. I didn't staple those on. Those staples are faux, you know, just stapled through the paper and then glued onto the fabric. Same thing with these. I stapled them and then glued them on. So those are my little ephemera holder folios. And these are all the items a lady would need to get her family ready for, let me just put this one here so you can see it. And this one, a lady might need to, you know, get ready for the festivities. So that's it. Oops, that's right. Goes like this. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I'm so glad I went with that plaid. I love it. And when I do the walkthrough, you'll see what ephemera I decide to put in there. I haven't decided yet, but I love it. Came out so cute. And I'll decide whether I'm going to put some beads on there or not. If you do put a little wax there, it makes it much, much easier for you to get your beads through. Because, like I said, this is 2 pieces of almost like embroidery thread, but it's cotton. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be back in the next video. Until then, be safe, be well, be kind, and God bless. Love you all. Bye-bye.